Now it's time to have a look at our JavaScript files. At the moment, we've been basically combining several different objects inside of the same file. And there's nothing particularly wrong about this, although it's better to keep things like objects separate. And I personally definitely prefer to have it done this way. So if we have basket object, we have a separate file for basket object. Now if we have system object, that's the separate file, and so on. So inside of the JS directory, we're going to create the new directory, and we're going to call it object. And inside of this directory, we're going to create the first file. It's going to be JavaScript file, and we call it basket object. What we're going to do now is open our basket.js and cut everything starting from var basket object equals down to the closing curly bracket with the semicolon right before the definition of the system object. So if we cut all this and now paste it inside of the basket object, save and close the file. Now the same for the system object. If we select everything inside, starting from the var system object equals, and now scrolling down to right before the document ready, if we cut all this and then create the new file inside of the object folder, again it's going to be JavaScript file and it's going to be called system object, and paste it all inside of this file. Save and close the file. Now if we remove this redundant space at the top, and we can now also close this basket file. Now if we open admin.js, you can see we've got another object here, which is admin object. So again, let's select it right from the beginning, scrolling down to the bottom, right before the document ready. If we cut all this, create a new object here, it's going to be a JavaScript file as well, and it's going to be called admin object. Inside of this file, we paste what we've cut, save and close the file, remove the redundant space, and we can now also save and close this admin.js file. If we close all this for now, one thing we need to do is obviously now to point to the right file. So template folder underscore footer. At the moment, we only obviously pointing to Google's DNS servers, content delivery network servers for jQuery, then for live query plugin, and then we have basket.js, which will stay there, but we need to copy this line and paste it twice above. So the first object we will need for the front end is the system object, but it's obviously not straight under the JS directory, it's inside of the object folder. So that's how we're gonna get there. The next one is JS object, and it's called basket object. So these are the two objects that we're going to require. And that's everything inside of the footer for the front end. If we save and close the file, now if we open the admin and the template and then footer.php, and the same way as for the backend, I'm just going to copy this line with the JS admin and paste it twice above. And we're going to be pointing to object, and the file is called system object. So that's the first file we need. And then the next one is going to be also inside of the object folder, and the file name is admin object.js. So if we now save and close this file as well.